much time? Well, I try and do some preparation. I do a lot of Substack writing too, not lately, but I do a lot of research for that and read widely and look at various podcasts and for preparation for that or for the radio. That's the only time that I look at the mainstream media, because otherwise I just feel like I've got to have a shower or something. It's just gross. And like in my talk, I look at the far left stuff and the far right stuff both, because sooner or later some of those energies will trickle across into the centre, unacknowledged, of course, filtered by pragmatism and cowardice and all that sort of thing. But the question was, how much time do we spend? Too much. And the problem with that is it's almost a sort of a philosophical, historical sort of thing to note, is that we might think that we're becoming more informed by finding the right media sources and tweeting out things and that. But there are people with 100 million, not 100 million. There are people with 1 million followers on Twitter, right? And it's their life. And they're ratioing other people and they're spicy comments and being, you know what? Not a goddamn thing gets done on the concrete level of the real world. Nobody's on the streets. Nobody's taking the army barracks or the post office or occupying the banks or whatever. And so there's a kind of a defusing of energy. I mean, can you imagine? If instead of Stalin's robbing banks to finance things and Trotsky's in New York gathering funds and they're on the talking circuit throughout Europe, the trio of Trotsky, Lenin, and later Stalin, and then the rest of the crew, and going to the factories and whipping up real world activism that shuts down factories. Can you imagine if they were just like they were? Oh man, I really got some great hits on my tweet today. The revolution wouldn't have happened. And so that's part of the reason for the de-innovation of the world today, is because people think that the virtual actually achieves anything. And they think, okay, well, I'm being informed, but so what? And I'm informing other people, but so what? It reaches there's a Kafkaesque sort of moment where everybody's an influencer online, but yet the establishment completely controls the real world. Well.